Hello there everyone and welcome to the Orange Blossom die set layering guide video. First up I have the largest pieces of the oranges and I'm going to be cutting that from Autumn Blaze cardstock, so it's a dark orange colour for this one. And I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine. I am using the Mini Blossom for this and it is perfect, they fit through perfectly. So once I have those cut there, I can then move on to the second layer of the oranges. So this is the medium layer that we have. And for this one here, I will be using the Caramel Toffee cardstock from Altenew to cut these pieces. Once I have cut those, I can then remove them from the cardstock and then add them to my pile of die cuts right at the top. Once that has been done, I'm then going to move on to a piece of Warm Sunshine, and this is going to cut out the smaller pieces for all of the oranges that we have. And I'm also going to be cutting the flower centers, so these small pieces that you can see here, I am going to cut those at exactly the same time using the Warm Sunshine cardstock. So once I have all of those pieces cut, again, I can then just pop them up to the top so we can use those later on when we put these together. Next, I have a piece of mocha cardstock and I will be cutting the little branch that we have from the die set from this one. As you can see, this is going to cut really, really well. I do use the metal shim just to make sure that all of the detail parts of these images cut perfectly the first time. So once I have that done, again, I can put that to the side and use that later on. I am going to be using some Classic Crest Solar White to be cutting the little flowers that we have. You could use various different colours to do this. It's completely up to you what kind of coloured flowers you would like. So I'm just going to again pop them up to the side and we'll use those later on as well. So I'm going to move on to the leaves next, and this is the largest portion of the leaves, so the kind of full leaf that we have, and I'm going to be using the Just Green cardstock to cut those out. You could use various different greens if you wanted to. So again, as those have been cut, and you can see that we have that little kind of vein imprint in there as well, I'm just going to move those into the side as well. So then we have the second part of the leaves, and we also have the little stems and also the little pip that's on the top of the oranges. And I am going to be cutting that out of some darker green cardstock, and this is the Hunter Green. So I'm just going to run that through my embossing machine, or die cutting machine, sorry. And you can see again, I have used my little metal shim to make sure that those small pieces did cut perfectly the first time. So as you can see here, I have all of the little images all arranged just as they are on the layering guide on the die packaging, so you may want to get that out so you can see exactly where these are going to go. So for the circular oranges, the larger piece is going to go at the bottom, then we're going to have the medium orange shade right on top of that, and then we're going to also add in the little highlight using the Warm Sunshine, and then the little pip right at the top of the orange using the little piece using the Mountain Pine cardstock. As you can see, the little orange that we have here that has been sliced in half, we have the darkest piece goes down first, then the lightest piece, and then the mid shade right on top of that to give you the kind of segmented look on that one. This orange that we have is just exactly the same as the first one. So we have the large piece, the second to largest, the highlight, and then the little pip right on top of that one. So 3 of these leaves do have the kind of shadow piece on. So all I'm going to do is line those up into place. They're just going to line up around the outside edge of the leaf on the right hand edge. But you can kind of mix and match these around if you wanted to cut the larger leaves out of the dark cardstock and then add the lighter leaf shadow on top, which would give you the highlight. But you can really play around with those ones. So for the flower centers, we're just going to pop those into place. We have one that's kind of on its side, which is a little bit of a weirder shape of the little flower centers. And then the 2 circle ones we have for the kind of full-on flowers. We have a smaller one and a larger one there. So we're just going to pop those into place. We also have the 2 little stems for the smaller little flowers here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of tape or adhesive right onto the bit where it's going to attach to the flower. I'm going to leave it off the stem and then add that right into place right at the bottom of the little bud there. Once you have all of your little pieces arranged, you can then play around with the branch on how you want them to kind of look on here so you can really play with the amount of leaves and the flowers that you do have. So once you have figured out where you want this to go and you can really have a good play, there is all of the layering complete. We really do hope this video helps. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.